You won't believe this until you see it, but one firearm in 2025 achieved what industry veterans said was impossible. 2025 wasn't just another year, it was a reckoning. The firearms world split into two camps, the brands that evolved and the ones that got left behind. Only 1% of people actually know which gun forced military contracts to get rewritten mid-year. The #1 firearm on this list outsold its nearest competitor by margins that broke dealer inventory systems. And it's not the gun you think. Today we are counting down 10 firearms that dominated 2025. Let's go! Number 10. CZP-10C Ported. What happens when you fix the only weakness of the most underrated pistol on the planet? You get the CZP-10C Ported. This isn't a standard duty gun. CZ machined ports directly into the barrel and slide. No cheap compensator add-ons. This vents gas to drop muzzle flip by 30% compared to the standard model. The 4-inch barrel drives 124 grain NATO rounds at 1,180 feet per second. Capacity sits at 15+1, and the fiber-reinforced polymer frame weighs just 26 ounces unloaded. The trigger? A crisp 4.5-pound brake with near-zero over-travel. It feels like a single action. US PSA shooters caught on first. By mid-2025, the P10C Ported was stealing podiums from guns costing twice as much. The ports keep the dot flat, and the aggressive grip locks you in. Most still trust the Glock 19, but when split times matter, the CZ wins without the aftermarket tax. 2025 proved that precision engineering beats marketing hype every single time. That pistol dominated the lanes, but for concealment, the next firearm takes a totally different approach. Number 9. Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. In a Nevada CCW qualification course, an instructor watched something that shouldn't have been possible. A 62-year-old woman with arthritis took the new Bodyguard 2.0 and ran a 50-round drill. 0 malfunctions, 0 complaints, and a score that embarrassed shooters half her age with guns twice the size. Smith & Wesson didn't just update this Micro 380, they exorcised the demons of the original. The old Bodyguard was harsh, with a trigger that felt like dragging a piano across gravel. The 2.0 changes everything. Here is the reality. You get a 2.75-inch barrel and a 12+1 capacity in a frame that disappears in a pocket, weighing an insane 9.8 ounces unloaded. The new flat-face trigger is crisp, braking cleanly at 5.5 pounds. But the magic is the recoil control. By aggressively lowering the bore axis and redesigning the grip with a deep undercut, S&W made a featherweight 380 shoot flatter than many compact 9mm. It doesn't snap, it tracks. While it lacks an optics cut, the tritium front sight and U-notch rear are faster than finding a dot on a micropistol anyway. The Ruger LCP Max started the capacity war, but the Bodyguard 2.0 won the war on shootability. S&W proved that a pocket gun doesn't have to hurt to be effective. Concealment is solved, but when the mission demands capacity, reliability, and a price point that makes sense, this next Turkish contender changed the entire conversation. Number 8. Canik SFx Rival. This isn't just a firearm, it's a statement in polymer and steel. Canik spent years fighting for legitimacy in a market that worshipped European giants. The SFx Rival is where they stopped asking for permission. Built around a 5-inch barrel, the Rival chambers 9mm with an 18+1 flush capacity. It weighs in at 29.5 ounces, balanced perfectly for the clock. But the engineering marvel is the trigger. trigger, a diamond-cut aluminum flat face braking at 3.5 pounds. It snaps like a glass rod with a reset that clicks like a mechanical keyboard. It ships competition-ready, adjustable rear sights, fiber optic front, and an optics-ready slide that accepts almost any dot. The aggressive slide serrations work even when your hands are slick with sweat or rain. In 2025, this pistol flooded US PSA matches, not as a budget alternative, but as a dominator. Shooters who spent thousands on custom 2011s found themselves outpaced by a polymer gun that costs a fraction of the price. While the CZ Shadow 2 is the heavy favorite, the Rival runs just as hard but handles faster. Canik didn't just chase trends, they built a tool that wins, and the shooting world finally noticed. That was precision at an accessible price. But when you need a shotgun that bridges home defense and patrol duty without compromise, this Italian workhorse rewrote the rulebook. Number 7. Beretta A300 Patrol. From police cruisers to bedroom closets, this semi-auto rewrote the rules for what a tactical shotgun should cost. The Beretta A300 Ultima Patrol isn't a military relic, it's a modern solution. It runs through mud, neglect, and cheap ammo that chokes other guns. Built on Beretta's legendary gas piston system, the Patrol is aggressive. The 19-inch barrel keeps it nimble, but the real headline is capacity. It holds 7+1 rounds of 2.75-inch shells right out of the box. Weighing just 7.1 pounds, it's fast. Beretta ditched their hunting recoil system to give this gun a short, tactical 13-inch length of pull, perfect for maneuvering in tight hallways or while wearing body armor. Here is where it separates from the pack. The gas system is self-cleaning and soft shooting. It digests everything from low recoil tactical buckshot to high brass slugs without adjusting a thing. It comes standard with aggressive texture, an oversized charging handle, and ghost ring sights that co-witness with a red dot. Most buyers default to the Mossberg 590 because pumps are reliable, but the A300 proves a semi-auto can be just as trustworthy while putting lead on target twice as fast. Beretta built a workhorse. 2025 proved reliability doesn't have to cost $2,000. Shotgun dominance established, but bolt actions? That's where 2025's biggest surprise story begins. Number 6. Browning X-Bolt 2. This rifle ended a 50-year argument. For decades, shooters believed you needed a custom gunsmith to get perfect accuracy. Browning looked at that market and said, what if we did it from the factory? The X-Bolt 2 ships in calibers from 223 to 300 PRC, but the 6.5 Creedmoor variant became 2025's obsession. The free-floated barrel delivers sub-MOA accuracy right out of the box, consistently. Browning kept their famous 60-degree bolt throw for fast cycling. But the real upgrade is the DLX trigger. It breaks like glass between 3 and 5 pounds with zero creep. It feels surgical. The detachable rotary magazine holds 4 rounds, feeding directly into the chamber. But the game changer is the Veritech stock. It allows you to adjust the comb height, length of pull, and grip angle, giving you a custom-fit feel on a factory gun. In 2025, the X-Bolt 2 didn't just hunt. It dominated NRL hunter matches. While other competitors lugged heavy chassis rifles, X-Bolt shooters moved faster and engaged targets just as accurately. While the Tikka T3X is smooth, the X-Bolt 2 offers better ergonomics and a superior stock system. Browning proved that a factory rifle could hang with custom builds. And in 2025, that shifted the entire market. Precision rifles stole the spotlight. But when you need a collaboration between Hollywood training expertise and Turkish engineering, this pistol delivers something entirely different. Number 5. Canik TTI Combat. What nobody tells you about high-performance pistols is that most competition-ready guns choke the moment you introduce mud, rain, or real-world grime. The Canik TTI Combat doesn't. This collaboration between Canik and Taran Tactical Innovations brought the John Wick training philosophy into a production gun. The 4.6-inch fluted barrel launches 9mm with authority. Capacity hits 18+1 with the standard magazine. magazine, and 21+1 with the included extension. Weight sits at 29.5 ounces, heavy enough to absorb recoil, light enough to carry. But here is the real secret. TTI didn't just tune the springs, they built a proprietary quick-detach compensator right onto the barrel. It vents gas upward, crushing muzzle rise so effectively that it shoots flatter than heavy steel guns. The trigger is pure Taran Tactical, a diamond-cut, flat-face design breaking at a crisp 90 degrees with a reset that is almost instant. The slide features aggressive lightning cuts and is optics-ready, accepting full-size RMR and SRO footprints because you don't put tiny optics on a gun this capable. The flared magwell isn't decorative, it forces reloads in smoothly, even when your adrenaline is dumping. Canik and TTI built a cheat code. 2025 proved you don't need to spend $4,000 to shoot like a grandmaster. Number 4. SIG Sauer P365 Luxe. Dismissed as overpriced jewelry in 2023, dominated 2025. The P365 revolutionized micro-compacts. The Spectre made them desirable. SIG took the proven platform, 3.1-inch barrel and the X-Series grip for a 12+1 capacity, and elevated every touchpoint. The slide wears a custom distressed or black DLC finish, accented by a gold tin barrel and flat-face trigger. The grip module features laser-engraved stippling that locks your hand in without being abrasive like sandpaper. But luxury means nothing if the gun doesn't perform. The Spectre ships with X-Ray 3 day-night sights and the X-Series trigger module, which breaks at a clean 90 degrees, erasing the mushy feel of standard micro-compacts. SIG extended the beaver tail and undercut the trigger guard. The result? A gun that weighs just 18 ounces but handles like a full-size service pistol. The recoil impulse is snappy but predictable, allowing you to track the dot through rapid fire. In 2025, the concealed carry demographic shifted. Carriers wanted more than just a tool. They wanted pride of ownership. The Spectre delivered both. It became the everyday carry choice for professionals who refuse to compromise aesthetics for capability. Where the Springfield Hellcat offers brute force, the Spectre delivers refinement. SIG Sauer proved that luxury and performance aren't mutually exclusive, and in 2025, that mattered to an entirely new market. Micro-compacts redefined carry culture. But earlier, I told you about a cheetah gun that changed everything overnight. This is it, and the fallout is still unfolding. Number 3. Springfield Armory Tuner. This isn't just a new pistol, it's the return of the roller-delayed legend, modernized for 2025. For years, if you wanted the smooth recoil impulse of an MP5, you had to pay a fortune. Springfield Armory changed that with the Tuner. This is not a standard duty gun, it's a dedicated personal defense weapon, PDW. Built with a monolithic aluminum upper and a 6-inch fixed barrel, the Tuner utilizes a roller-delayed operating system. This mechanism locks the bolt significantly longer than a blowback gun, slashing felt recoil and keeping the muzzle dead flat. It feeds from 30-round translucent magazines, giving you double the capacity of a standard handgun. The charging handle is non-reciprocating and forward-mounted, exactly where your hand wants it to be. While it's too large for a waistband, it is the ultimate backpack or truck gun. It features a Picatinny end cap for folding braces and an M-lock handguard for lights and lasers. In 2025, the Tuner didn't just challenge Glocks, it challenged the subgun market. It delivers the soft shooting performance of a $3,000 European exotic at a working-class price. Springfield didn't just build another 9mm, they democratized the roller lock. The PDW is back. But when we talk about the absolute king of 2025, we have to look at the rifle that made every other carbine obsolete. Number 2. Glock 49 and 47. Combat doesn't wait, and neither does Glock. For years, the faithful defended the perfection, but deep down, we knew Glock was falling behind. 2025 is the year they caught up. They didn't give us a Gen 6. They gave us something better. The Glock 49 and the Glock 47. The G49 is the 19 long we've been building in our garages for a decade. A 4.5-inch G17 slide on a compact G19 frame. It conceals easily but shoots like a duty gun. The G47 replaces the legendary G17, offering full parts compatibility with the G19. But the real revolution is the trigger. In 2025, Glock standardized the performance trigger option. This isn't the spongy staple gun feel of the past. It's a flat-faced 3.5-pound break that resets instantly. Combine that with the MOS system allowing for direct mount optics like the SCS, sitting so low you can co-witness standard iron sights, and the argument for switching brands evaporates. In 2025, agencies that were flirting with SIG canceled their plans. The G49 and 47 fixed every complaint without sacrificing the one thing that matters: unmatched reliability. Glock didn't need to reinvent the wheel. They just finally made it rounder. We've seen 9 firearms that defined 2025, but if I could only grab one before everything changed, if reliability, versatility, and battlefield performance had to converge in a single platform, this is it. Number 1. PSA Jackal 308. They don't want you to know this. One American manufacturer built a rifle that operators are choosing over weapons costing 3 times as much. Palmetto State Armory wasn't supposed to compete at this level. They were the budget brand. The Jackal 308 destroyed that narrative permanently. This isn't an AR-10. It is a bufferless, long-stroke gas piston beast chambered in .308 Winchester. It features a 16-inch cold hammer-forged barrel that launches 168-grain match ammo with authority out to 800 yards. The magic is the 8-position adjustable gas knob. Whether you are running suppressed or dealing with dirty ammo, you can tune this rifle in seconds without tools. The recoil impulse? It's smoother than a SCAR 17 because of the proprietary buffer system. But here is what made 2025 the Jackal's year: the torture tests. Independent reviewers ran this gun against the $4,000 European giants, the SCAR and the HK. The Jackal matched their reliability round for round, but with better ergonomics and a non-reciprocating charging handle that doesn't bite your thumb. Weighing in at roughly 9 pounds, it features a folding stock that lets you stow a full-power battle rifle in a standard backpack. Where the SCAR offers legacy, the Jackal offers logic. PSA proved that American innovation doesn't require European price tags. 2025 was the year the industry stopped laughing at Palmetto State Armory. This is the rifle that changed the game. 2025 wasn't just another year for firearms. It was the year innovation beat legacy. Engineering finally mattered more than hype, and shooters demanded real performance, not just famous logos. From Turkish manufacturers shaking up Europe to American brands redefining what budget can actually deliver, these 10 firearms proved one thing: excellence isn't optional anymore. Now the real question: which one surprised you the most? And which are you adding to your arsenal in 2026? The market is accelerating fast. Brands that listen to shooters and invest in real engineering are winning. The ones living on reputation, they're falling behind, quarter by quarter. Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you caught that hidden detail about the TTI Combat. Hit like if this breakdown delivered real depth, and subscribe because next week we're exposing the biggest firearm failures of 2025. Stay sharp, stay informed, and keep shooting.